Isang magandang buhay. So now we are going to discuss for the properties of areas. So these are the examples. So makita mo yung mga point yan that will be the centroids of each semicircle or each figures. Makikita niya. Ayan. This semicircle, and then this one is square, and then this triangle. First, we are going to discuss for the centroid of an area. So the centroid, all we know that the centroid of an area is analogous to the center of gravity of a homogeneous body. So the centroid is often described as the point at which a thin homogeneous plate would balance. So the location of the centroid of an area bounded by x and y axis, you have to look. So kailangan you have to get the x and y axis, and then dun mo makukuha yung centroid. So the function of y is equal to fx. It can be found by integration using the following equations. So we have the at xt, or is equal to integrate or of the x in terms of the area or the a. The integration of y in terms of dA. So this will be the equation that we are going to use. So for the properties of areas, so the centroid of a complex area can be found by dividing the area into basic shapes. We have the rectangle, triangles, circles, and kung ano man yung ating mga shapes. For example, ito. So makita mo ito, this is a rectangle. For this one, this will be your rectangle also. Another rectangle. So pinag 1, 2, 3. So pag chinik ito, kasi ito ang centroid niya, di ba yan? So this one, co-cross mo yan, tsaka yun, makita mo yung centroid niya. For this one, ito rin, co-cross mo ganun. So makita mo yung centroid niya dito mismo. Yan, tsaka ito. Yan. Okay. So this, kumbaga ito yung kanilang mga equation. Siyempre, pag kinuha mo yung center niya, ito yan, center of the gravity. Okay, so solving for the summation of ax. So, depende kung ilan yung ating example. Pero dito, we have 1, 2, 3. So, probably tatlong kailangan natin. Ganun din sa y. Yan. So, pag chinek natin yan, di ba ito yan? So, ito yung bar x, and then this will be our bar y. So this will be the height and the base. For the center of gravity of flat plates, so the center of gravity of flat plates consisting of subplates having the weights of weight 1, weight 2, and so on and so forth. Kung ilan man to. So probably this is 3, 1, 2, 3. So ito yung center of the plate. Ayan. So this will be the xg, and this will be the yg. So this is wx, summation of wx. Ito tatlo kasi to. So tatlo rin dapat to. w1, x1 plus w2, x2 plus w3, and x3. So ganun din sa y. Diba? Madali lang. Okay, for the moment of inertia, see the moment of inertia of I. So an area is a very useful property in mechanics problem. So the moment of inertia of beam's cross section measures the ability of the beam to resist bending. So the moment of inertia about the x and y axis and the function of y is equal to fx can be found integration using the following equation. So we have the ix integration of y squared dA. Ganun din sa iy. So kung ito ay x, y to. Natanda mo, kung y to, x yun. Yun ang tatanda mo dyan. For dA is equal to function of x dx is equal to gy dy. Diba? Nagamit natin yan. For the transfer formula for moment of inertia, parallel axis theorem. So if the moment of inertia with respect to one axis is known, the moment of inertia with respect to another axis parallel to the first can be calculated from the parallel axis theorem, also known as the transfer axis theorem. Okay. So ito yung flange natin, di ba? Yan. So structures double shape consisting of rectangular areas. For polar moment of inertia, so the polar moment of inertia, which is J, we use J, measures the ability of the area to rest, torsion, or twisting. So makita mo dito, di ba? Yan. We have the X, Y, and Z. So we are going to use the 3 dimension. So kumbaga 3 dimension area tayo dito. Yung ating 3 dimension. So makikita mo naman dito, di ba? Ayan. Solid for the polar moment of inertia, we have the integral of r squared times of dA, or so you have to get the x squared plus y squared of dA. Yan. So for the perpendicular axis theorem, we have J, or polar moment, is equal to Ix plus Iy. So alam naman natin yung formula ng Ix and Iy, di ba? Yung kanina. So for the ranges of gyration, so we have here r is square root of I over A. Actually, ito depende to kung Rx to, X to, kung Y to, Y to, di ba? Iy to, parang gano'n. Because of the range of gyration is an imaginary distance from the centroidal axis at which the entire area can be assumed to exist without affecting the moment of inertia. Okay, makita natin yan. So ito yung area dapat, center of the gravity. Ito yung nahanap na yung range of gyration yan. So, the moment of inertia with respect to an inclined axis. So, in some cases, it is necessary to determine the moment of inertia with the respect to a axis which are inclined to the usual axis. So, the moment of inertia of such cases can be determined by the use of the formula and more conveniently by graphical solution using more circles, especially if principal moments of inertia are known. Yan. So this will be the figure. Ayan. Nakita natin. So here, so the following procedure apply to moment of inertia using the Morse circle. So on a set of rectangular coordinates axis, choose one axis of Ix. Ito yung Ix natin, di ba? So the Iy, di ba? Ito yung Iy natin. Ito yung Iy natin. Yan. So, and the other plot for the Iy, Ixy. So these axes are called principal axis. Or with Ixiy or an Ixy known plot. Ito yun. Ix and Ixy, and then Ix of in Ixy with Ix and Iy along the horizontal and Ix along the vertical. So ito yun, di ba? So join the points plotted with a straight line. The line is the diameter of the Morse circle having center on the principal axis. So the angle between the two radii of the Morse circle is doubled. Ito, ayan, dinouble yung ko natin, yung angle natin yan. Ayan. So the actual angle between the usual axis actually. So the rotational sense of this angle corresponding to the rotational sense of the actual angle between axes. So, if we use for the following relation can be derived from the above procedures. So, we have Iyx is equal to Ixy. So, substitute natin yun. So, C is equal to Ix plus Iy all over 2 or I max plus I minimum all over 2. Yun, pwede natin gamitin, di ba? So, I max minus c for the solving for the r, or square root of ix y squared plus my iux minus c squared, or I max is equal to c plus r. So yan yun. Or I minimum c is minus of r. So ma-check nyo yan. So kabit natin. So try natin i-apply for the problem. So makikita natin dito, so we have a shaded area. Makita natin, ito yung shaded area kailangan natin yan. Pero pag chinek mo to, ito yan. This is a square. And this one is a semicircle. Diba? So we have to look for the 80 axis, or summation of x, and then summation of ay. Diba? So makita natin, no? Area 1. Kasi area 1, ito lahat yun, yung shaded. Solid for the area 2. Maminus natin yung area 2, tsaka yung area 3. Kasi ito yun, diba? Yung di naka-shade. Nakikita mo naman, diba? O pag kinuha natin yung area 1, diba? Kasi yan, 8 by 4. So 32 meters squared. Kasi ito ay 2 times 2. And this one, diba pi r squared for the area of circle? Kakahaltiin natin. So naging 1/2 pi r squared. So that will be 0.5 of 5. Kasi bakit 2 hindi radius nga kasi di ba kalahati niya, that is 1 meter. Ayan, so makikita natin at value ng mga y1, y2, x2, x3, ganun yan. So nandiyan na yan, no? Kinuha-kuha natin. Kumbaga andun yung mga center, ayan, no? Di ba? So, makita natin, no? Distance from the axis, if you're solving for the x1, natin 0 yun. Y1 is dito, 2 meters. Makita mo naman, dire-diretso doon, 2 meters. X2. Yung x2 natin, negative. Kasi nga, nasa kabila na siya ng axis natin, di ba? So, negative 2. Di ba? Ayan. Kalahati na to. And then the x3 is positive 2. Diba? Y1 is positive 2. And then y2 is positive pa rin 3. Diba? Kasi kakalahati ng 2. Tsaka yung y3 is actually this is a 4. Alam natin yan, 4. Kaya lang hahatiin natin dito. Diba? Kasi nakita natin nagang 4/3. O, diba? Kumbaga yan. So, di ba? Nakukuha natin yung value na yan. So, minus 4/3 of pi. So, that is 3.7. Okay. Kasi nakita natin, the center for the semicircle is 4r over 3 pi. So, ito yun. Kumbaga, ito ang center of gravity yan. Di ba? So, solving for that, di ba? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung A1 natin, ma-minus natin itong A2 and A3. Di ba? So, makukuha natin ang total area niya, that is 26.429 meters squared. So, substitute that. So, we have here, we have 26.8 of fxg. So, 32 times 0 minus 4 times 2, negative 2 minus 0.5 of pi times 2. Diba? So, makuha natin 0.18 m. For the yg, ganun din. So, here, 2, 3, and 3.576. So, pag sinatutute mo lahat yan, makukuha natin 1.755 meters. So, yan ang difference ng dalawa. So, makita mo yung xg, ito yung yg. Ayun, di ba? So, ito yung sukat na kanilang centroid. Di ba? Yan. Okay. So, for this shaded area shown in the figure, so we have to determine the area of shaded portion in square millimeter, or the x coordinate of the centroid of the area in a millimeter, and in the moment of inertia of the composite area with respect to the x-axis in. So, check natin. So, makita natin to pag hinati natin. This is 100, this is 90 mm. Ayan. So, solving for the area, 1/2 BH, di ba? For the triangle. So we have 4,500 millimeters squared. So ayan, makita natin. Solving for the centroid here. Ayan, 2/3 of 90. Actually guys, ito ay naka-formula na to ha. Baka mamaya magtataka bakit siya naging 2/3 of 90, di ba? 2/3 of BH, parang gano'n yan. Nandun na yan sa formula, naka-kuha na yan. Okay, so makukuha natin yung X is 60 and then Y is 200/3. Solving for the IGX, where the IGX is BD3 cube over 36. Ito yung formula actually. Ayan na yan, gagamitin natin. So makuha natin yan is 2.5 million millimeter to the 4th power. Solving for the I. Yan. Ganun din dyan. That is solving for the IGY, ganun din. So makuha natin yan 2.025 million. Yan. Millimeter to the 4th power. Okay. For the circular hole, so alam natin that is pi r squared. This is 20. Alam natin yan. Yan. 20 yan. Kasi ito yung maliit na to, ito yung radius niya. Pero pag sa malaki na yun, no? Kaya kasi makita lang naman dito, semicircle lang siya, di ba? Ayan. Nakita nyo. So, X is 45 and then Y is 100. Solving for the IGX and IGY. So, we have pi r to the 4th power over 4. So, alam natin ang radius is 20. To the 4th, so makuha natin 125,667 to mm to the 4th power. So, yun makuha natin ang IGX and IGY. Ayan. So, kinuha mo natin semicircle. So, semicircle. So, we have 1/2 pi r squared. Kalahati lang kasi alam natin 45 yung kanyang radius. Ayan. Center of the gravity. So, 45. Ayan. And then 100 plus y4 r3 over 3 pi. So for the formula, we have 119.1. For the IGX, 0.1098 r to the 4th, where r is alam natin na 45 yun, di ba? Ito kasi yung radius natin is 45. Ayan. So, makuha natin itong 450,249 mm to the 4th power. For IGY is equal to 1/2 pi r to the 4th over 4. So, we have here. So, makita natin is 1.6 million to the mm to the 4th power. For the unit yun. So, makita natin dito, di ba? So, area total or area T plus AS minus AC. So, pag chinek natin yun, di ba, kanina. So pag kinuha ito area, ito, di ba? Yan. Kasi, pwede mo i-diretso dito. Diba, minus mo nga lang to. Di ba? So, para makuha may area. So, we have 4,5 plus 3,181 minus 1,257. So, we have 6,424 millimeter squared. So, ayan, makita natin center of gravity. Center of gravity ng semicircle, center of gravity of small circle, and then center of gravity of the triangle. So, pag chinek natin yan, di bali, makukuha natin bar X natin na 55.51 mm. Ito yun. Ayan. Ayan, makukuha natin yun. Diba? Yung hinahanap natin AX bar X. Ayan. Okay. For composite section, we have channel of 15 by 50 and flange ng 21 by 83. So, we have to determine the properties of cross-section. Actually, to, sir, saan nanggaling yan? Ito ngayon ay nanggaling sa code. Given ito, yan, yung mga code na yan. Hindi mo pwedeng palitan. Nasa code yan. So, makita mo yung thickness ng flange, thickness ng width, thickness na yan. Base ng flange, di ba? Makita mo. Sorry for ATGY is equal to A1 Y2 A2 kasi makita ng dalawa naman natin yung ating sample na pinagpatong yung I channel o C channel natin tsaka yung flange, diba? Ayan. So pag kinuha mo yung area, andito yung area, ayun o, 9484 and then 15,677. So Y1 dito, ibali ba ng Y1? Wala. Actually the X1 is 20.27 and this one is 50 to Y1 290. Nandito naman sa given, ayun o, this will be yours 20.27 and this will be your 290.35. diba? Okay, solving for the area, sa substitute lang natin yan, makukuha natin 25,161 meters squared, so that will be the area. So ayan, makikita natin yan. For the D1, we have 188.55 minus 20 point kasi ito yun. Yan. 20.7. Bakit nawala dito yung 2? Na-miss. Okay. So, we have 101.8 for the D2. So, makita natin dito. Ayan. 20.7. Check natin to. Makukuha natin sa YG. So, we have 188.55. Diba? Yun ang value ng Y of G. Ito yun. Yung Y of G. Yan. This is ko na 20.27. Yun o, ito kasi yun. Nawala yung 2. Ayan na. Nawala dito yung 20.27 din to, ha? Because of this one, yan. Nawala yung 2. So, pag chinek mo yan is ganyan yan. Okay. Next. For the radius of gyration, yan. Pero muna, solve for the IX. So, makikita natin yan. Ito mga to, nasa given to sa mga doon kanina sa natin sa code. So makuha natin IX natin is 1 million. I know that is 1 million point for this one. This is point. That is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That is 1 billion actually. 'Di ba? Mali yung paglalagay ng comma. That is 1.19 o 1.2 times 10 to 9, di ba? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 1.2 times 10 to the 9 power. So millimeter to the 4th. So mali yung given niya. So we have the range of gyration is square root of 1, this one, yan. O, pero dito tama, di ba? Namali lang doon ng pagkokoma. So, we have makukuha natin yung RX natin ay 218.14. So, you have to check that. Yan. For the SX, ayan. So, makukuha ito. Yung mga hinahanap natin IX, nandun din, ha? Given. So, makukuha natin yan. Yan, 3 million for this one. Baka magtaka kayo kasi saan nanggaling yung mga yan, ha? Doon sa given natin kanina. So, nandun lang yan. So, we have to get for the IY. That is 202 million. For the RY, ayan. So, we can get the value of RY that is 89.61. So, ayan. So, kadalasan kasi given naman doon sa table, kumbaga, sa code. Hindi mo pwede palitan. Parang ganun. So, makukuha naman sa ISY is 1,060,000. Diba? Millimeter cube. For the... So, we have to determine the properties of double angle. So, the L shape. So, 150 by 90 by 12. So, with long leg back to back and spacing of 6 mm. So, makita natin ito. Ito yung properties niya. Yan. Given naman yan eh. Nandyan lang yan sa mga kwan. So, makita natin. So, pag inayos yan. So, ito yung ating 93 by 93. So ayan. 50.82. Tapos, yung 150, yung height. Diba? Ayan. So, ma-check natin yan. Value ng 2, area. So, 27. Kasi yung area na ginamit is 27 po na. Eh, dalawa sila, di ba? So, we have 5,502. Sorry for the IX. Di ba? Actually, yung IX. So, ayun, yung value ng IX, di ba? Oh, so, sinaptitude ko lang dyan. So, makukuha mo yung value ng IX. Kasi 2 nga ito, di ba? Because of the 2 L shape. So, ganun din. Ayan. XX. Yung IX na yan. Ayan yun. Ayan. Ayan. Ano ba nakuha natin value kanina sa IX? Ayan o. 125. O, diba? Doon din yun. Kaya naging ito value niyan. Okay. For the SX. So, we have here RX. Substitute the value. And then the area, we have the 47.75 millimeter. Yun ang makukuha natin. So, nakuha din yan, no? Diba dito? Parehas din. And this one, yung IY natin, that is what? 170.652. 29. And then the area, and this one is 24.60. Sa IY lang yun. So, makukuha natin value ng RY naman dito is 34.71. Diba? So, this will be the end of our lecture for this module. I hope na medyo may nakuha kayo. And then, huwag kayo magsasawa na panoorin para magkaintindihan tayo. And then, thank you for listening.